So, landlords and renters, today we are going to tackle 4 elements that will make or break your space. And if you, the landlords, pay attention to these 4 elements in your rental property, then we, the renters, will have nothing to complain about. Let's go. Number 1. Found object furniture, aka the furniture that feels like it's been collected from the streets or it belongs in nursing homes. Number 2 element, the lighting. Number 3, ugly flooring. And number 4, plumbing and outlets. So landlords, try not to do this. Imagine this is a living room space. And what you normally go for is dark, for example, maybe laminated flooring, or worse, the vinyl flooring, which shouldn't be allowed in a living space. That is literally a crime. But let's imagine you installed this. And on top of that, you decide to install the biggest crime in rental properties. I guarantee you would not opt to have this boob light on your ceiling in your house. But because it's the cheapest option, which isn't, and I will prove you wrong, you opt for the boob light just because all the other landlords do, so you do it as well. Then you go for the shortest curtains ever, maybe some awful plasticky blinds. Then you clear out your garage or you go to a charity shop and you think, oh yeah, solid leather, pleather, cheeky little sofa. Probably not very expensive. I will prove you wrong. You can get a really nice sofa for £300. And you stick that into your rental. Perhaps you put a random mirror on the wall. And my favorite, coffee table from IKEA. And don't get me wrong, I love a good IKEA. I think there are some really, really good classic pieces that look very timeless and will last a while. I'm not saying that IKEA is something that is long lasting, but it does last a while. But there's this fairly standard IKEA and there's this awful IKEA that only students, and no touche for students. I mean, this is great for your student halls. I think that is actually a very good option. But we don't live in student halls. We are professionals. Some of us early to late 30s, and we deal with this stuff. And I would love to swear at it, but I'm not going to. So this coffee table from IKEA is £20. It's £19 in fact. It's under £20. And it's made out of 70% of cardboard boxes. It's fascinating to me because this will not last you a whole tenancy. In fact, you are going to lose money because this does not meant to last. So this is what you normally go for. What you should do instead of going for these cool dark tones, which most of landlords do, go for something a little bit warmer because we already live in a very depressing climate in UK and we don't get many sunny days. We need to bring that warmth in. And that is what is contemporary, that is what is current, and millennial grey, chuck it out of the window because it's so 2010s. I'm telling you, leave it behind, forget about it. Now, with the flooring, let's imagine you have a choice between a nice fluffy carpet versus laminated floor. Let's say we go for that instead. This costs exactly the same amount as the laminated flooring in the first reference, but the difference is stark. It's actually a known fact that if you have really dark flooring or dark surfaces, you can actually see the stains more. It will actually be more obvious with the scratches. So go for something light and warm and very timeless as well. So go for something like that, and let's replace those ugly curtains with something a little bit longer, and also hang them higher than the actual window. Especially in UK homes, the houses are normally with very small windows. Unless you own a period house, it's quite a rarity to come across a big window. So put curtain rods a little bit higher than the actual window frame. It makes such a difference because it's an optical illusion and it creates depth. And suddenly the window looks that little bit bigger. Instead of boob light, go for something like this. I will link it down below. It's such a beautiful flush pendant, very nice and tidy, and inexpensive. Now, the sofa that I was talking about, this is £300 only. This is from Habitat. None of this is sponsored, by the way, but I just think it's such a nice, luxurious sofa. I would think that this costs more than it is. It's a lovely two-seater, and again, instead of that awful coffee table, this little Habitat table just brings something to the room. It's not fancy, it's only £80, but it's definitely more solid than that rubbish from IKEA, I'll tell you that. If I entered a viewing, I would be so happy to move in. Add a little mirror from Dunham, which I absolutely love. This was essentially a landlord tip, but let's flip this around and see how I, as a renter, would reimagine a space that is furnished in a very outdated way, such as this room. So what I would do is get rid of that mirror. And yes, I did go for the Dunham one, which I thought was very cute. I would then install longer curtains, maybe ask for landlord's permission to bring the curtain rod up. And then with the boob light, there's this amazing brand. They specialize in boob light covers. Check them out. Lovely brand. Then I would go for a cozy rug just to hide and take away from this awful flooring that is not very nice. And with a sofa, of course, I would not be able to storage it away. For instance, in this rental property that I live now, I requested my landlord to get rid of the leather sofa because we are in a position where we could change it, but he is not willing to get rid of it. So we are stuck with it. Let's imagine we still have this ugly sofa. What I would do is try and create those distraction elements around it. So accessorize it with something that is very you, bring your personality in, put some floor light, maybe a lovely side table as well, and then bring a lighter wood element as well to just warm up the space. And it's already looking quite nice and welcoming with this coffee table, which I absolutely love. That's from Habitat as well, and it's really inexpensive. It just makes this space just look so much more welcoming and warm. It does overshadow the sofa because all I'm seeing is these beautiful accessories, and the sofa is not as sore thumb. Few more accessories, bring some foliage as well, and suddenly it just looks very complete and it looks really nice and welcoming, and I would be so happy to live in a place like this. And yes, I did steal some elements from my current living room space, very similar. I don't have a mirror. I definitely probably will get this mirror because I really like it. Let me show you some more options as to what I would do in this space as well. I would maybe even go for some heavier curtains as well and bring some color element as well, maybe stick some beautiful artwork on the wall, and I think this is pretty cool. And it just does not feel like a rental at all, which I absolutely love, because at the end of the day, we want to live in a place where it doesn't feel like a rental. So now the fun part. Okay, so just another point to make for the landlord. You might think, well, there's so little furniture here. But we, the renters, when we look for fully furnished property, we want the core furniture. We do not need extra furniture just for the sake of furniture. I would rather have the core basics and leave the rest to us. So what I mean by that is that yes, we do need the white goods if we are going for fully furnished. Yes, we need a sofa. Yes, we need a bed. Yes, we need a dining table with dining chairs. But the rest of it, even the coffee table, I would say, if I moved into a place where a coffee table does not exist, I would manage to live without it and I would eventually buy it myself. But a big sofa is a little bit more harder for us to manage at the start if we are after a fully furnished property. So let's imagine this is what you left us with, okay? We move in. This is how I would style a place as a renter if I moved into a place like this. I would play with this beautiful color scheme, go for some greens and blues and maybe off-white accessories as well, maybe bringing dark wood tones, and this is what I would end up with because that's my style. It does not have to be this way, but this is what I would go for. And I think it just feels like someone's home. It does not feel like a rental. In fact, even without my belongings, it still feels more homely than this awful, unwelcoming space, right? It just feels so homely. And if you are a good landlord and if you have gained a good relationship with your renter, perhaps I would also ask for permission to paint the walls as well. And this is what I would go for. I would go for something moody, such as dark green. I will put all the items down below as well, just for your own inspiration. I absolutely love this. Something that gets really overlooked, but it makes such a huge difference to us renters. For landlords, if you have that opportunity to change it, try and consider being more detailed when it comes to plumbing and outlets. Landlords, the tip for you is to be a little bit more intentional on your fixtures, things like sink taps or light switches. And as well, consistency really matters because we don't want to have mismatch of styles in those areas as well. If you can try and install and change the light switches if your landlord allows to, I would try and do that maybe in the most high traffic places such as your living room, perhaps your bedroom. So it just gives you that little bit more joy if you can do that. So these are the 4 elements. If you apply these principles, that would make such a difference in our rentals. I hope I'm gonna fit in the frame. Ooh. I think we all have just that one thing, one item in our rentals that just bugs us. So let me know what that is in the comments and what would you like to change right away. I need all the help for this upcoming makeover because I have a unit like this that came with the place, and because of the size of the room, it's the only thing that fits in this corner and we are desperate for chest of drawers. So it needs to be something like this. Let me know if you have any tips of what to do with this awful unit, or if you know any brands out there that would do a similar sized item, let me know in the comments. I'm still figuring out my interior style, so come along on this journey as I go with a realistic budget in my rental property. So I welcome you all, landlords, renters, homeowners, to stick around. Till next time.